Of. Welcome everybody to Formula 7 Racing. We are live here in Tier 4 for the Mexico Grand Prix, and my goodness, it looks a bit murky out there. I am joined with Jorn in the commentary box this evening. How are we on?
Hello, hello. I'm good. Very good. Bit tired, but I reckon we'll have a good race today.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be a good one. I am just in the middle. I'm just going to check and make sure that everything sounds okay on right. I'm just going to do a quick sound check. Where am I? Where am I? I'm lost. I'm lost. There's so many. I've got 3 screens in front of me, 2 apps. It's crazy. And now I'm trying to get back to Twitch to listen to the stream, and then so bear with me. I seem very quiet. That's all I know from what I can hear. Jon, how are you sounding?
I'm not sure at the moment. I'm currently trying to grab 2 people back in.
Oh, you sound great. Right, I'm going to turn my microphone up a little bit. There we
One
go.
of the as one of the Mercedes, I was going to say McLaren's got out of track, and Williams is ahead of him in the pits.
Right, let's get down to the nitty gritties. Is that okay for everybody? Yeah, sounds good on my end. What's going on, Ben? Right, Jon, we are good to go.
At the moment, I hope so. I'm trying to grab 2 people back in the lobby that disconnected as we were going into it.
Who was that? Sorry.
It was Sinful and th_academy 54.
Yes. So th underscore.
Oh, the Mercedes, sorry, it's hit the wall. Honda VTEC hit the wall on the little straight, the second DRS straight there.
I need to add him to the system. And he is tier 4. Game platform is Steam. Beautiful. 18 drivers here today. Audio's good. Brilliant. Yeah.
Stuck right, Sinful has added me.
Sion's back right. He got it.
Of course, I've been waiting for a while. Ryan, back in the chat.
So we are on board with Honda VTEC. And here in Mexico, remember it is Julius's home Grand Prix. It is a sprint race as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing how good this can be. So as we ride on board with the Mercedes driver. So in towards turn 1. Sinful is back in, Jon. Through turn 2. Oh, Honda VTEC looking a little bit shaky through there, Jon. Oh, he's lagging a bit.
I love you, Nathan, but keep dropping me an invite. My game's just crashed.
Yes, I will drop you an invite.
Oh, long day, boys. Sorry about this, everyone.
Don't even worry. I will when you come back online. At the moment, you're not showing. But don't even worry about it. The stream's still up, so that's all good. So, Honda VTEC just lagging a little bit there. Coming in through the S is a very tricky part of the circuit, and then we've got the Aston Martin just behind him of Doug on an outlap. You've got Giant Stick in the Red Bull, who's got a qualifying ban for the feature race. So if you see him retire, that is why he's got a qualifying ban for the feature race. And whilst I send Jon an invite, we will just stay on board with them when he comes online, when it shows you online anyway. Kevin Gamer, a 118.0. Kevin Gamer, the most improved driver on the grid this season, a 118.6 from Honda VTEC. Then you got Giant Stick, you got Julius, the Mexican, here in Mexico for this sprint qualifying. Down towards the line, we got the Williams, a 116.0. Remember, pole position in Tier 3 was a 115.6 by NMX James. That is a very, very quick lap time from Julius, I must say. Doug's been taken out by Mercedes as he was on a flying lap here in this sprint qualifying. And that is awful news for Doug. He's probably got damage as well, and Honda VTEC has retired on the track. And what has happened to Honda VTEC here? He's smashed into Doug and then retired. Doug is going to have to go into the pit lane. A giant stick invalidated his lap time. Oliver James in the Racing Bull is just coming through the stadium section. What's that, Jan?
Don't be dogging me, Ruby. He's jumping on me clothes. Get off. Okay, my game is loaded now.
Yeah, you're still not showing at the moment, Jan. I don't know. 1 second, let me have a look.
Have you got me on Steam? No, you haven't, actually.
I don't know how to invite on Steam, to be honest.
So you just add me at the, so you know at the very top, it got like your platform friends and then your Steam friends.
1 second. So, let me have a look where Steam is. Steam.
Priz has sent me an invite. Thank you, Priz, so much.
Oh, right, brilliant. Okay. Right, how do I
Like
go
Steam
back
again.
to here? Ah, there we go. Right. So, we've got Julius who's on pole. Vicious Vicar in the Sauber, 117.5 for the kick driver is into P2. I'm not sure why, but that TH Academy is having a lot of issues joining. I don't know which drivers haven't showed up again because we had so many drivers wanting to race and then we've had some of them not show up, so we don't actually know who's been racing or not. We don't actually know who's not showed up or anything.
And we're back in, finally. Right. I believe Giant Stick is on here as well. In P3 at the moment.
So
he's
yeah,
not.
Giant Stick in P3 with a 117.0. Nimble Cat with a 116.5. That's a really good lap, that, Jon, with 6 minutes of this sprint qualifying to go.
Last week we didn't see Nimble at all, but now he's back better than ever. As Oliver James is just starting a lap on the medium compound, going down the main straight into turn 1 we go. Can he grab the apex? Grabs a bit of the curb, gets a bit on the grass on the front left-right tyre. Grabs the curbs nicely again. He's going to start burning the battery as we go down with the TRS open and ERS all the way down. He's going down now into turn 4. It's a tricky one, this, because you could lose the rear end on entry. Oliver, a bit cautious going into the corner there. Purple sector 1 so far. He has had a fantastic turn 7. Here we go. But he's a little bit wide. Stays away from the apex. We don't see many people going towards the apex, do we, in those few corners, do we, Nathan?
No, not really. As he comes through the S's, it's a green sector 1, so it's below Julius's as he's coming through sector 2 now. Julius set a 56.49 and he's 1.2 down is Oliver James on Julius's time. So he's looking around a 17.2 as it stands before the stadium section. He is setting green sectors, but at the moment it's not enough to put him anywhere near the top. So here comes Oliver James down towards the line. We go. It's going to be a 117 and it is a purple sector 3, but it is 5th on the screen.
That was a good lap from Oliver, especially on the medium compound. There's a shoe brand I thought was on a lap then, he's not. But Jennifer is coming through the stadium section now. A bit cautious there, to get on the throttle. Just go into the final few corners. It's a nice long left-right hand there. It just dreads a little bit, like the corners we had in Bahrain. Just dreads, and it goes P1 with a 116 flat. An impressive lap from Jennifer there.
Really impressive lap as Tapapi comes to the line and the German goes P7. A good lap from him. Sean MC is on and out laps. So is Doug again after that damage. TH Academy, Cinders and Sinful all still in the pit lane. I will send them a couple more invites just to make sure that they are in. And just to make sure that they've got no issues getting back in. He's gone offline now, actually, TH Academy. So all of that for a seat. And he's not even going to race. I will stay on board with Doug as I just go and turn the other console off because it's messing with my telemetry.
I have sent TH an invite, a friend request on Steam, to see if he can join from there. As Doug is on a lap, sorry everyone. He's going through turn 7 into turn 8. Again, he goes through the line again, just like everyone else has. Manafort retires, he's happy with his lap, he thinks he's comfortable and safe. through turn 9 we go now. It's a nice fast S's, just like the ones in Kota we have. Again, 3, that's a little bit of a lift, not very confident. Very close to track limits, but he keeps it within the white lines. And he's got the DRS wide open. Battery not looking the best. He's got a bit wide, but he kept it within the white lines as well. Again, very impressive, Doug. Able to keep it within the white lines. He's just finding all the traction through the final corners we go. Here we go now. It's a nice long corner again. He's burning the battery straight down. The DRS open. No, it's not. It's P7. DRS is open now. Sorry, everyone. Still goes P7 with a 1:17.3.
I have changed the title from Tier 2 to Tier 4 now. Yeah, great lap from Doug to go up to P7. And then you've got Sean MC, you've got Cinders on an out lap. Cinders always leaves it really late. So he's going for that one lap shootout again here in Mexico for the sprint race. Remember, 10 positions get points in... Oh, B-Rat already changed it. Cheers, Ben. I've just seen it. Sean MC in the McLaren just coming in towards the stadium section now. Tapapi has retired. TH Academy is back in. He's not going to be able to get a lap, so he will have to start from the back in the sprint race. Sean MC around the final corner at 17, down towards the line. It's P7 for Sean, and just in front of Doug, you've got Cinders on an outlet coming through the stadium section. Shining Swarm is on a lap. You've got a couple of drivers coming through. Is that rain coming? I'm not sure. Here comes OGK Swiss, and he does improve, but it's not enough to improve his position. Cinders will get us going with a minute to go. Then you've got a couple of Williams drivers. Julius is half a tenth down. Let's have a look at the telemetry to see if he's able to get any sort of improvement in his home Grand Prix. Through the stadium section we go. Here comes Julius, Sean.
Sorry, Julius now going through the final corner. He's going to burn all the battery. He's got a lot of battery left over on the soft tyres, but he's actually beginning his lap. Sorry, he's burning his battery all the way down.
Apologies.
Fooled us both there as he goes down now. DRS wide open battery. He's burning it all the way to the ground here. It's into turn 1. It's a bit of a snap going into it. Just trying to get onto the curb on the left-hand side. There we go. Grabs the curb. Grabs the apex nicely. There's the apex on the right-hand side. DRS about to be activated. Boom. Straight down again. Through turn 4 we go down now. Again, see if is he going to go a bit wide. Is he going to go try tank the curb? He does. He tanks the curb. And into the right-hander of turn 5 there. Into turn 6 we go. Through turn 6 into turn 7. He goes a little bit wide. Doesn't go for the apex. Gets closer than we've seen a lot of the other drivers do beforehand now, as that is the checkered flag. Everyone will be finishing their quali laps now. Through the S's we go. The rear end looks really unstable. Looks very slidey from the looks of things. The keeps it within the white lines. Again, another DRS zone. 3 DRS zones Mexico has as we head into the stadium section now. As just barely within the white lines there. We're going through the corner. Again, grabs the apex nicely there. Goes a bit of the curve on the right hand side. And now onto the long right-hander we go. Battery's going to be burning it again. He hasn't got DRS just yet. Puts a bit of the pit lane area as you go P2 with Julius. Sprint qualifying.
Yeah, Kevin Gamer stayed P14. Julius, as Jon said, he was improving through Sector 1, but it looked a little sluggish through Sector 2, and that's where he lost 2 tenths, so Jon absolutely picking up on that. Here comes Priz, the other German driver on the grid. Around turn 17 we go. Down to the line on the mediums, by the way, and Priz stays P3. Now you've got Oliver James in the Racing Bull going into the pit lane, and it's Jennifer Lee on top once again. The Hong Kong driver here in Mexico beats the homegrown boy in the Williams to set up an amazing sprint race here in Tier 4.
It'll be a good one for the sprint. We look forward to the sprints. They're quite action-packed, so we see what we're going to be looking for in the race.
Absolutely, I cannot wait for this one. So Jenef to Julius to Priz, and then Nimble and Mad Riot and Vicious Vicar 4th, 5th and 6th. Really close in the grid. You're looking at, obviously with Tier 4, you've got a complete mixture because it's the bottom tier. So you'll have quite a few gaps between the drivers, but it will still be an absolutely cracker of a race. You've got so many different packs that will be competing with each other, and anything can happen for you to end up scrapping for the front of this grid. So let's have a look at the standings for the qualifying. It is Jennifer Lee that starts on pole position It is Julius in P2, Priz in P3, then you've got Nimblecat in P4, Mad Riot in P5, then you've got Vicious Vickery's dad behind him in P6, a Giant Stick, Doug, Sean, Cinders and Shining Swarm in the top 11. Then you've got Tapapi, sorry, the Canadian, I keep calling him German, I do apologise. Oliver James, Kevin Gamer, Honda Vita, K Swiss, then you've got the Ferrari of TH Academy and Sinful complete the 18 drivers on the grid here today.
I would say the top four, from P4 to P8, they're the closest to the bunch.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have a lot of action in the mid pack.
So I will just run the intro. Let's go. Yeah, I noticed you couldn't hear the intro halfway through it, but you're all good. I do want to point out, whilst we're on a formation lap, that we do have Le Mans Ultimate and Assetto Corsa coming to Formula 7 racing. We will always prioritise F1. It's what we do. It's what we've always done, and we absolutely love the Formula 1 stuff that we do. But we are going to dip our toe into a bit of sim racing, endurance racing, and all that sort of stuff. And if you didn't see it, I'm going to show it you now.
People on the hard tires.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Jon. So, a few people on the hard tyres. I mean, I've got to be honest, I did start on the hard tyres for the sprint race as well. But that's only because I went for the harder choice in the race. So I wanted a few more hards and mediums for the race, as softs are just pointless. Softs are pointless in most tracks, to be quite honest with you. So
they did well in Kota.
Yeah. Jon, it looks like everybody is in the lobby and ready to go.
Okay, what's the waiting up? Let's do a bit of setup talk. Someone spun under the formation lap. That is the Alpine of Cinders. Let's do a bit of setup talk like we did last week. So obviously the setups prove dividends in racing and in qualifying. You can alter it a little bit and you can see a massive improvement. You can maybe mess it up and just see a big loss. And that's something I struggle with a lot, Nathan, with setups.
Yeah.
And where do you get your setups from?
I'm going to be completely honest, I just get mine from time trial. I don't feel like I'm good enough yet to start messing around with setups, so I just grab the quickest one off my friends list on time trial and I rock with that.
I was hoping you'd say the setup company.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yes, I get all of my setups from Sim Racing Setups. Every single one of them. Every one of them for every race. Can we clip that out?
we were doing quality.
Here we go. So, Jennifer Lee will get us underway here for round 3 here in Mexico for Tier 4, powered by Sim Racing Setups. And it's lights out and away we go. Julius, the Mexican here in Mexico, does not get the start that he wanted, but I tell you who did. Nimblecat in the Alpine, who's racing down the inside towards turn 1, where all the drivers will slam on that brake pedal. Nimble is already into the podiums, he's through on the Ferrari, and Priz, the German's going to come back on the inside of the Alpine, but it's Nimble that's through. You've got Doug and Tapapi, the Canadian, that's going through on the Aston Martin, then you've got Sean on Mad Riot, the McLaren is screwing his way through the grid.
Had the Haas, the VCARB, and the Mercedes there all had a bit of a collision in turn 1. Someone has got damage at the back of the pack here. There's got a lot of things going on. 5 position moves already just going into turn 7 there. It's all a bit wild at the moment on the first lap, as the Alpine's getting let pass by I believe that's the Aston Martin. All struggling a lot with dirty air. I believe that's a Williams that has some front wing minor damage here, as Jennifer still leads the Grand Prix, everyone.
So Jennifer already is second clear. There goes to Papi on Vicious Vicar, and that is Briz losing positions. The Ferrari is off the track as we go into the stadium section. He comes out just in front of the Canadian, and Tapapi in the Racing Bull who just backs out. They've got to get him very scrappy at the back between Vicious Vicar and TH Academy. Looking at the car information, he's not got damage.
Side by side right now on the main straight with the Kick Sauber and the Ferrari side by side going down the main straight into turn 1. But now the Aston Martin of Doug joining the party, saying hello, this is my invitation, and he gets both of them going down into turn 1. He gets them done, but the Mercedes on the inside with front wing damage, minor damage. He's got the Kick Sauber to be careful of the Ferrari, battling it all out, very tight through turn 3.
Yeah, it's very aggressive driving at the moment. The drivers need to be careful. I don't know what's happening here, but Vicious Vicar is dropping right down the grid. There goes Oliver James and the Williams of K-Swiss, who go wheel to wheel, and Vicious Vicar just watching them in front. Remember, the Saubers are the constructors' leaders at the moment. That is OG K-Swiss that goes through on Kevin Gamer, who has to back out into P14. And just in front, that's K-Swiss that goes wide, and that is Kevin Gamer that goes through, and so does Vicious Vicar in the Sauber is now at P14. Tapapi is around and into the wall. Tapapi is into the wall.
Lost rear traction and rear grip. Maybe the tyres overheating a bit early. Sorry to leave you here, Nick. I'll be back in a few minutes. My mother needs me.
No problem. So, Priz and Doug. Then you've got Shining Swan, TH Academy, Kevin Gamer, Vicious Vicar. It is all getting underway here. You've got Giant Stick chasing down Nimblecat, who's in the podium places. Mad Riot is still in a good position. TH Academy is now into the pit lane and retires from his debut race in the sprint race. And that is a prime example. Here comes Mad Riot on Giant Stick. You've got Nimblecat. I thought TH Academy was in a decent position. I'm not sure why he's gone into the pit lane and retired. Here comes Sean MC in the McLaren on the back of the Kick Sauber. We ride on board with the Papaya going in towards turn 6 and 7 here in Mexico. And that is Priz and Cinders, and the Ferrari goes around the outside of the Alpine, and that is a beautiful overtake. And that is exactly why I don't let people in who mither and mither and mither for a racing, because they come in, they do 3 laps in a sprint, and they don't do any qualifying, then they retire in the pit lane and leave the session. That is exactly why I try to avoid letting people in. Well, it won't happen again. So Mad Riot in the Sauber, still on the back of a Giant Stick. These locked in that DRS train, and Nimble is the driver in front trying to hold on to the position. It's getting a little bit tasty between these. Here comes Mad Riot in the Sauber. He was looking for a way through. There's Cinders with that rear wing open, who's moved into P7. Priz is having to drop down to P8. Oh, and Priz, what is that? Oh, thank goodness Cinders got away out of that, but what was that launch? Here comes Doug in the Aston Martin down the straight towards turn 4. The Aston Martin driver is in front, and the Ferrari and Priz having to settle back in for P9. What about a Giant Stick in the Red Bull? He's still chasing down the Alpine of Nimblecat. Nimblecat doing a really good job of holding on. There goes Doug, and Cinders is losing position. And now he goes wheel to wheel with the Ferrari. Priz and Cinders going into the S's. You do not want to go side by side through here, but they do. And Cinders is around and into the wall. Cinders loses the rears on his own. I don't think he's got damage. Let's have a look. He hasn't got damage. Very lucky to escape that with 8 laps of this sprint race to go. So what about Mad Riot? He is a lot closer to a Giant Stick now. turn 3 and down towards turn 4. Nimble slipping and sliding. There goes the Vicious Vicar on Kevin Gamer. The Williams and the Sauber squabbling for P10. Remember, points go down to P10, so this is the last point in the sprint available to these drivers, and it is a Vicious Vicar that is getting that last remaining point at the moment. Tapapi picking up his 4th track limit, back on board with the Red Bull through the S's. Nimble still holding on, and remember, Nimble's on the hard compound tyre here. This is a great strategy for him, and he's in a podium position, and he's on a better tyre compound than a Giant Stick behind. Mad Riot also on the hard compound tyres. He'll be looking very strong come the back end of this sprint race. Through the stadium section we go once again. The cheers from the fans as the homegrown hero Julius drives through. But Mad Riot is all over the back of that rear diffuser of the Giant Stick in that Red Bull. Now down the pitch straight into the slipstream with that rear wing open. This is it for the Kick Sauber driver. You can see him burning that battery to get in front, and he is going to get in front and in to P4. But a Giant Stick will go later on the brakes. He'll now have the inside line, but he just backs out. Then he sticks his wheel on the inside. I'm very lucky to both escape that, as a Giant Stick eventually has to concede, and Mad Riot is into P4, and now the chase is on for that podium. What about Vicious Vicar in P10? Chasing down a shining swarm in that Mercedes. 17 drivers still in this Grand Prix. The only one who's not is T8 Academy, who begged to join the race and then retired after 3 laps. Sinful still in it. So through the S's once again. There goes Sean on Giant Stick, who's off the track. The Red Bull driver has made a mistake, and he's got damage the front left of his wing, and that is Vicious Vicar that is throwing Shining Swarm around the outside. Goes the green machine. Here comes the Mercedes AMG Petronas driver in towards turn 12. And as we head through the stadium section with the fans all around watching, it is Vicious Vicar that sends Shining Swarm off with a prayer. And here comes Priz on dub. Ferrari on the Aston Martin, and look at this, a Giant Stick is losing tremendous amounts of positions as he drops down. The Red Bull driver, the Ferrari, goes up the inside. A little nudge from the Red Bull and the Ferrari of a Giant Stick and Priz, and it is the Red Bull that just about stays in front. Doug is now into P6, he's having a good race. Mad Riot all over the back of Nimble Cat. Nimble will know he's there, and these two are 6 seconds behind the front two of Jennifer Lee and Julius, who are running away with this Grand Prix. Giant Stick picking up a time penalty, so is Kevin Gamer.
Ritzy not looking very too good down the order there from what we saw in qualifying. Looked like he had a lot of pace.
No, not sure what's going on. Tapapi there getting through on Honda VTEC. Honda VTEC will come back on the inside. Tapapi read him like a book, seen that he was going to make that lunge, and Tapapi had to back out. That was a little bit naughty there. Let's have a look at the reaction times of Jennifer Lee and Julius. Look at that. We knew that Jennifer got a really good start. 5.31 for Jennifer, 5.61 for Julius, so he was a hell of a lot quicker. Now we look at Nimble. He was the exact same as Julius, but then going into 2nd and 3rd gear, he was really quick, Nimble, down the inside in towards turn 1.
Nimble knew his braking so really well. He's getting a lot of practice for the Grand Prix. But now right behind Jennifer is Julius. Hasn't got DRS, but that was a 4-second gap there.
Mad Riot as well, sorry, Mad Riot just got through on Nimble Cat, so Mad Riot is now into the podiums.
I'm on track apparently. Is Julius really close? He's just struggling through turn 6, 7, and I think 8 as well there.
Well, Jennifer's on the mediums, isn't he, Jon, and Julius is on the hards.
Maybe Julius maybe saving them tyres just a little bit in that dirty air to then let them loose on the final lap of the sprint race. As Mad Riot has just said see you later to Nimble. The tyre degradation I think Nimble has here is proving quite evident. He's got off track as well, struggling for the grip.
Sean's made a mistake and he's lost 2 places. He's not got damage, but then medium tyres are falling off really quickly. 12 laps is a long way to go on mediums, as we see in tier 2. Chris picks up a time penalty. That will be good for Sean. There goes Julius, as you said. The Mexican driver is now leading his home Grand Prix in the sprint on lap 9.
The ERS is different though. Those yellow flag, that is the Mercedes of Honda VTEC. But I just want to go over to where were they? Sorry, just it was Shining Swan there. Sorry, he's struggling a lot in the final few corners. I'd say the last 5 corners. He's got a minor front wing damage. He's just missing his end plate. But it does look like it's hurting him quite a lot just with those few corners of the Grand Prix. As he runs a little bit wide there on the exit.
Wheel to wheel goes the Ferrari and the Aston Martin. Priz and Doug. The Ferrari edges ahead. Then you've got Doug, Sean, Giant Stick and Vicious Vicar all locked in that DRS train. Nimble made a mistake and had to back out of the of turn 4, and he's now a second behind Mad Riot. But we're on board with this DRS train from 5 down. Kevin Gamer is in the final point of this sprint as well. He will get 1 point. Vicious Vicar and a Giant Stick chasing down.
He's got a time penalty.
Oh, he's got a time penalty.
But not what Kevin was hoping for. As long as he stays where he is currently, he will stay ahead of everyone else. Actually, that might have a time penalty.
That's true. And now this is going to get interesting. Sean is falling behind Doug here. He's actually holding up the drivers behind, and a Giant Stick is going to move over to the right hand side. But Sean did get DRS, and this will really frustrate the drivers. Here comes Vicious Vicar like a rocket ship in the Sauber. He's not going to chance going 3 wide. A Giant Stick is now in front of Sean, who will go out wide. Vicious Vicar waiting for these two to get out of the way as they are losing time to Doug in front, and Vicious Vicar just trying to find a way through. The McLaren goes off the track. DRS enabled once again, but he is locked in that place, Sean.
ERS, he's not a Vicious Vicar. Needs to maximise that ERS usage to try and get past these drivers when any spot that he's got DRS. Look at him, very slow through the corners on the hard compound, whilst the others are on mediums. They're really worn out. And at the moment, he's just wearing out them hard tyres more with that dirty air. Kevin Gamer has a bit of a snap oversteer on the exit.
Right, in a Shining Swarm and Kate Swiss going at it. Here comes Vicious Vicar. Sean is all over the place.
Stick's lost it. He's into the wall.
Giant Stick is into the wall. And that means Kevin Gamer is up to P9, and Vicious Vicar has got a free run on Sean for P7 with that DRS.
It's Kevin Gamer at the moment really struggling with the grip, the traction on the hard tyres. He's going into neutral here, trying to learn the gears as the tyres degrade a bit more. It's just snapping that wheel to try and get that grip and the traction. This way you can get the power down and say, like, come on, let's get the pace going again. As it seems to be, he's lost a second so far to Shining from the tyres.
You are right, and then you've got a Nimble Cat really going for a race and a half with Mad Riot for that podium. The hard tyres now have awakened a bit more for Nimble Cat as they just maybe cool down a little bit, giving him a bit of breathing space so he can just try and get back onto the back of him and get the podium position. Yeah, sorry, the game volume's really loud on stream, so I'm just trying to turn it down a bit. That's
no worries.
Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to do a quick sound check, guys. Yeah, beautiful stuff. So, battle of the OGs, as Formula I says, as we head on to the final lap. It's Julius here in Mexico that is 2 seconds clear to Jenna Flee, and then they are 8 seconds clear of Mad Right. That is Kevin Gamer on Sean. Kevin Gamer is up to P8. This is incredible stuff from Kevin Gamer, who's not scored points many times through his Formula 1 career. Nimble Cat is only 6 tenths behind Mad Riot. He's catching. Is he going to go for that late lunge? The Alpine goes up the inside for the podium in the sprint race, but he backs out. Mad Riot goes later on the brakes. Maybe too cautious there, Nimble, but doesn't want to throw away a P4, knowing that he's going to get 2 more opportunities at DRS. He's got a little bit more battery as well, but has Nimble thrown away a podium here in the sprint? It is Mad Riot that's in front.
At the moment, it's just Nimble Cat been a bit cautious, maybe trying to recharge the battery a bit more. We just saw him go into the clean air instead of getting that maybe slipstream, had a bit of that dirty air. As the yellow flag, that is Sean. Sean has a puncture.
I did
Rear
say
left.
about the mediums, yeah. He's got a puncher and he's retired. And here comes Julius into the stadium section. And the whole Mexican fans roar as the Mexican driver comes through the stadium section. They erupt as one of their own come through to win the sprint race here in round 3 for tier 4. It will be Jennifer Lee in P2. Nimble wasn't able to catch Mad Riot. He had that one opportunity. It will be Mad Riot that comes through to take a podium and take P3. Nimble Cat takes P4. Still great points on the board. But have a look behind. Priz, the German driver, will come through to take P5. Doug will potentially take it off him if he stays within 3 seconds. Doug's got a puncher as well. Doug's got a puncher. He's lost the P5 and Vicious Vicar has took P6 off him to the line. That is quite remarkable. Then you've got Kevin Gamer who's going to come through and take P8. And a lot of the medium runners are starting to get punchers. Wow.
Unbelievable stuff.
Yes.
I'm shocked. I'm glad no one went onto the hards. There's another James got a puncture there. He's just sliding a bit. He's got no grip or traction.
Yeah, them mediums are a killer.
As I was on board of Honda VTEC as he went through the turn 1 and turn 2, they saw yellow flags. I just watched as he was going very slow, half throttle in gear 3, I think it was, abiding by yellow flag rules.
Wow, that is it.
Sinful comes across the line to take P15, I think that was.
That is. Sorry, I'm just trying to sort the audio out. So that is Julius that comes through to win the home Grand Prix. I'm just going to put this down quickly. I need to add it to the system. Then you got Mad Riot. Yes, got it all. Right, brilliant. So there you have it for the sprint race. The fastest lap goes to a giant stick there. I do need to turn this down a little bit. So we've got audio capture there, and then we've got audio capture here. We got 2 audio captures, but I'm wondering.
As a big congratulations to Kevin, by the way, getting some points in the sprint.
Yeah.
First ever sprint points, I believe that is, throughout his F7 career.
Yeah, really, really good stuff, that.
Wow, that was a great Grand Prix. I actually took my phone downstairs and watched it whilst I was eating some food.
Somebody sacked Nathan. I know. I'm trying to get everything right, you know. I'm still trying to learn how to do everything, you see.
No, you're all good. If you want, I can help you out later on if you like. I'm free.
Yeah, nice one, mate. I've just added it again. Oh God. So that is. So I got F125. There we
As
go.
the first person out on track at the moment is Julius, the sprint winner. The Mexican driver is going to be very happy. He's going to come into qualifying here with a massive confidence boost. As right behind him is Pritzy. So potential championship battlers, rivals, I believe, out on track together.
Yeah. Let me just turn all of this off. I've opened up loads of stuff by accident. I do apologise. There we go. It's all up. And then I just need to listen to the audio of the cars, make sure that I've turned it down. It's still a little bit loud, but I don't think I can turn it down on the actual game. I've got to do it on Streamlabs. I will get this right eventually, to be honest, but
Oh, you're using Streamlabs. I use OBS. It has like a little slider you could use on
Yeah,
OBS.
it's the same on Streamlabs, but I thought I was already capturing the audio through something else, so I'm just making sure that I'm doing it right.
we go,
Yeah.
you rewatch it later and there's no audio. It's just us talking.
I
It's
know.
down. It's turn one. The Mexican of the Mexican driver Julius goes nice turn one, wheel flicking left and right. Bit of lag there from him actually. There's into turn four, down into turn four we go with him as he's burning the battery and got his DRS wide open. Into turn four we go. Cautious a bit on the turning, trying and grabs the apex, gets on the curb on the right hand side into turn five there. Into turn six we go. Bit of a wow, bit laggy there. Sorry. There's into turn eight we go. Nice long left hander into the right hander of the S's. Is just make sure you don't want to overstep that rear end. Don't want to give it too much. Just let go of you randomly and might just put you into the wall. As
Oh,
wow.
that's late, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw I was seeing going back and forth consistently.
So this is interesting, right? I've sorted all that. I've named the F1 audio F1, and obviously I've named the.
Julius sets a 116, but Pritzi with a 115.9.
Wow, they're really showing up now. I mean, pole position in tier 3 was a 15.6. They're very close to that at the moment. So, Mad Right 118.2, Julius a 116.0, Tapapi a 118.8, and then you've got Kevin Gamer and Vicious Vicar. You've got Kevin Gamer coming through first, Sinful. Sorry, no, you got Jenna Flea on an outlap. So, yes, Kevin Gamer will be next, who just got some points in the sprint race. So, really well done to Kevin Gamer. Around turn 17. To the line, a giant stick with that qualifying ban is out. And TH Academy is not in the race, so he will not be leaving the pit lane. So Kevin Gamer up to P4. Then you've got Vicious Vicar in the Sauber just coming through the stadium section. The Aston Martin just in front of him going on an outlap. That is Doug. And then you've got Vicious Vicar, one of the OGs, to the line. A P6 for him. Nimble with the 163 again, Yawn, sorry.
Wow, fast lap there. Sorry, I've just sent something into the higher up chat. If you could have a quick look at that when you can. But that was a great lap from Nimble. I did actually see some of it. I was on board with him. It was a great lap. He angled the car correctly for every corner. He just knew what he was doing as well. Very confident with the cornering speed. As Maverick dives into the pits. As Doug in the Aston Martin. He's currently P11 without a lap. He's on a lap with the nice soft compound tyres. They're going to be really degrading quite a lot. The softs aren't very good around Mexico at all due to the high tyre degradation and the track temperatures, which do play a factor into how hot the tyres get. Again, he's already lifting through the S's. You can just see the rears are really hot, overheating a little bit maybe. As they are, I believe, 90 degrees, which on Mexico, when it's in a race, that's going to ramp up to about 95, maybe 98, with all the fast right-handers and left-handers, and then the dreading ones as you now go through the final few corners. There's the nice long right-hander again. Goes a bit wide there. He takes the wider line, and he sets a 117.4, which puts him P5. As the next person to set a lap will be, I think, that it'll be the Williams. No, that's Julius. I don't think he'll be doing another lap.
Oh, okay.
He will be doing another lap. Apparently, Julius is going for another run on the same set of tyres. He's burns Barry down on the main straight again. DRS wide open. As right behind him is the Mercedes of Shining Swarm 19. Who hasn't got a lap on the board yet. He's got a yellow flag in turn 4. That is the Aston Martin, I believe, Doug, getting out of the way for everyone else. There's Julius into turn 2, through turn 3. He's gone round. Bit too much of the curb, and he's gone round.
That could have been really bad. That could have been the end of his qualifying. I mean, his lap time already means that he probably wouldn't have mattered at this point, but yeah.
Shining Swarm going through turn 5 into turn 6 here, through turn 7, grabs a lot of the curb, lost a lot of speed there. Because he's just handling the curb, just taking a bit too much of it. He's got a bit wide again through turn 8 here. into turn 9, which is just the double right-hander, double left-right hand. It's the rear end sliding a little bit. You can just see it, just letting go ever so slightly. But it just grips back up again immediately. As soon as he sets that wheel straight, it's to go into the heavy braking zone again. Into the... Oh, Lord, I've lost it. The stadium. It's leaving the stadium now. You can hear the crowd cheering everyone on. Through the final corner. Long right-hander again. Going a bit wide, but he's got a bit of a tight line. And he goes P5 at 117.027.
Yeah, next is Jen F. Lee, and he's gone purple through most of the sectors at the moment. So into the stadium section. Sorry, he's not actually purple at the moment, Jen F. Lee. He's a little bit slower than his normal times. He's going to come to the line. It's a 1:16.1, and it is 2.5 tenths slower than Priz. But really quick times being set by these drivers at the moment. You've got Tapapi, Honda Vita, you've got Oliver James who's on a lap, so he's just coming in towards turn 6 now, and he's took a huge chunk of the apex as he come round the right, the double right-hander at the hairpin. Coming through the S's now at turn 8 and 9. This is very tricky. You've got to get this spot on. You've got to move out and dive in and then straighten your car up, and he's invalidated it. Sean has retired from P5. The McLaren driver in the pit lane does not want to waste any more tyres in this qualifying session. He is happy to start from there. Honda VTEC in the Mercedes is now on a lap as well. He's coming through turn 11 and 12. Keeps it valid where Oliver James couldn't. Down in towards the right-hander before you hit the stadium section. So as we ride on board with the Mercedes AMG Petronas driver, through the left-hander at turn 13, you see the fans, you see the billboards, you see the camera, and that driver will have a look at that camera on the way through there just to have a look behind him. And the Mercedes, down towards the line we go, and it's P10 for Honda VTEC.
It's Poppy on a lap. Oh, he's invalidated his lap, sorry. Oliver James on another push lap there. After he invalidated it, I believe. He's gone a bit wide. Bit of a wheel spin. He just knocked his confidence out and he just didn't need to make the corner. But I think he's continuing to push on to try and get a lap on the board so he can go at least somewhere on the timing screen here.
Yeah, so Oliver James not finding his form that we want to see there. He's backed out now. So it is Kevin Gamer and Honda VTEC, I think, on laps. Yeah, Kevin Gamer is going for another one. He got points in the sprint race, and he wants to try and find a bit more. He run a little bit wide, but he kept it valid here, Kevin Gamer, on them soft compounds. Let's keep our eyes peeled, and he is 3 tenths down through Sector 1 on pole position, but he's setting green sectors, so he's setting fastest personal best. He's setting personal best, but it's nowhere near the pole position time at the moment. But he's doing a lot better here, Kevin Gamer.
Yes. See which I was struggling with the wind just letting go ever so slightly. As Kevin, no, he was able to get so much grip and all the traction, he was able to keep hold of it all, which was quite impressive. As on my screen it says he is 7 tenths up on his current lap time. Into the stadium we go, the crowd cheering on Kevin Gamer after the excitement they saw of him getting some points into the sprint race and finishing P8, currently P9 with that time on the board he's got. Through the final corner now, burning the battery onto the lap. He goes P7.
Yes, he does go P7, as Jorn tried to tell you there. And through the S's, it is OGK Swiss in the Red Bull, who's trying to find a little bit extra through turn 11 onto the throttle. Doesn't push too high there, but still a really, really neat line as K-Swiss comes in towards the stadium section now. Will he find the improvement that he's looking for? He's yet to set a lap time with 7 minutes of this qualifying session remaining. Remember, a giant stick does have a qualifying ban. Sinful has left. He's not even left the pit lane, but he's left the lobby, and OGK Swiss is up to P10.
That was a good lap from OGK. Oh my lord. Oh, long day, everyone. Sorry. OGK Swiss has done a very nice lap there. As Nimblecat on a lap, actually, going into the stadium. He's got a bit wide, but he kept it valid. Through the long corner again. The slow corners, and sometimes the slow corners are the longest ones. And it's not because they're slow, it's because of how long they're turning for.
Yeah,
As into the final corner we go. Grabs a bit of the curve on the right hand side and goes P4. Only a little bit up on his time, but not by much.
Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh.
They're all the overlays that we use throughout the race. I didn't mean to bring them all up at once. So, number cat into P4. Julius Priz is currently on pole position. Oliver James is back out on the lap. Tapapi's trying to improve. So we'll ride on board with the Canadian, seeing what he can do. If you are wondering, Simful and TH Academy are not in the lobby at the moment.
We'll drop them another invite, just in case. They're not online anymore.
No, he's not online, he's just left. He literally joined and he mithered for a race. If you give him one, he did 3 laps, retired and left. Like, what? Like, that is exactly why I don't like giving brand new drivers, like, on track to race, because now you've got an AI car. Like, it won't matter if there wasn't any problems. Julius, the Mexican driver, Tapapi goes P12. Julius with a 1:15.7 is around a 10th off the tier 3 pole time. Now that is getting a little bit ridiculous. That is a really quick time for tier 4.
I mean, at the end of the day, we can always compare the statistics through qualifying and then the race. And usually there's a big difference out there. Obviously, qualifying, everyone's usually a bit similar. But when it's the race pace times, it's very different.
Yes, exactly that.
There's Vicious Vicar giving it his all now as he goes out of the S's. Yes, wide open. He's giving his teammate a bit of a slipstream here. Whilst he's on a lap.
So I need to change my controller. For some reason, I'm using this controller, but every time I press it, it keeps flicking dead fast between them. Bear with me.
As Vicious Vicar giving his teammate a nice little toe as he goes down the main straight now. He's going to give him his teammate a bit of a toe. Yes, his teammate tries to get out of the way. As he gets out of the way now, Vicious Vicar, for his teammate. I don't think his teammate's on a lap.
No,
Matt Bryce.
None of them are on a lap.
As School is guarding his lap.
Yeah?
Hello? Have I gone?
The audio's gone. Has the audio gone for you guys?
Hello?
What is going on here?
Nathan, is the audio coming through your controller?
Come back, Yawn. Can you still hear the audio?
Yeah, I think I can. I think your PC's running your audio through the controller, if you can hear me.
Yawn? Maybe it's this controller.
I can hear you. Controllers and the PC.
It's the controllers. I didn't know that controllers do that.
As OJK Swiss, I don't know if we're on board of him at the moment, is not going to have another lap in. He's not got enough fuel. He's got 0.8 laps of fuel left. There's Oliver James now rushing to get to that line whilst he's on his lap. Goes a bit wide for the S's. Just a little bit, like, goes off throttle. Just trying to get the grip, trying to find all that traction as much as he can at the moment. As into the heavy braking zone again. Very close to invalidating. A lot on the curb. As he's got a bit wide for the hairpin. Into the second one. As he just keeps it within the track limits ever so slightly. Which is absolutely outstanding. Got a few yellow flags on track at the moment. As Oliver James goes P10 with a 17.3. And there's 2 minutes left of the qualifying. Left.
There you have it. So I've just noticed that is why.
Nathan, have you fixed your problem yet?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you not hear me? Yawn.
Sorry, everyone. We do apologise for this.
I can hear everybody.
Yawn.
What?
I will drop Nathan a quick ping.
I can hear him. Can nobody hear me? Guys? What is going on? Can you guys not hear me?
As Shining Swarm goes onto the grass a bit, onto the main straight.
Guys?
As I don't think we're going to have many laps coming out of everyone, unless Julius, the Mexican driver, is currently pushing hard on a lap right now. He's lost the rear end a little bit. That's a bit of a twist.
So so many issues at the moment. It's so annoying.
The casino area. So my
Yo,
apologies.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I could hear you the whole time. I don't know what was going on.
The controller detects it as a microphone. Might have used it as a mic.
Ah, okay.
I could hear you. I don't know if you could hear me though.
Yeah, I could hear you. Yeah, so I've realised where I've been messing up. Every time I use the PlayStation controller, it mutes all the audio. So when I use the Xbox one, it's fine.
Okay. It's detecting it as a speaker.
Right, there we go. So, Oliver James in the Racing Bull. He's going into the pit lane. He's not going to go for another lap. To Pappy in the Racing Bull is on a lap. Then you've got the Mercedes. Then you've got the Alpine of Nimblecat who's gone into the pit lane. He's going to set up a P4. Jennifer is not going to be able to improve. Shining Swan has invalidated it. So has Doug. So it is literally to Pappy and Cinders. Cinders has invalidated it, but he's potentially got 20 seconds to get one more lap in if he's got enough fuel in that car, because the tyre temperatures look fine. Let's have a look and see if he's got enough time to go again. So Pappy is coming through the stadium section. Here comes Cinders. He is going to make it to the line, and he's going to go again, and he does get to the line just before the checkered flag goes. So Pappy is coming around turn 16. He spins in into the wall, goes the Canadian. That is
Cinders
it.
now into turn 1. Cinders go. He's putting it in 9. He's going to recharge that battery. He's going to do a nice strategy. Recharge and maximum pace. Cuts the corner a little bit off turn 1 into turn 2. Grabs the apex. It's nice and beautifully through turn 3. As we head down into turn 4. DRS wide open. Battery being burned all the way down. Might be an iPhone because that battery is depleting rapidly. As into turn 4 again, grabs the apex on the left hand side absolutely beautifully. Same with turn 5. He knows where he's absolutely planting this car. He knows where he wants it to go. It's locked up a bit on the right hand side, left hand side, which made it go a little bit wide. Surely that's going to make him lose a tenth or two. As into turn 8 we go now. Lifts drastically there, not confident enough to try to go flat out. Through turn 9, into turn 10 we go. Turn 11, keeps it nice planted. The car has got the amount of grip and downforce that it needs to remain on the track. As through the final few corners into the stadium we go. Doesn't go wide, he grabs it, he cuts the corner a bit with half the car, using up all the track he can use and getting all this grip. Through the final corner he goes now, burning the battery, the fuel depleting, making the car lighter on the rear ends, and he goes P15.
Yeah, I think
118.1.
Yeah, 15.
What a fabulous lap there.
Yeah, his teammate in P4. So let's go through this final order, yo.
P1 for Julius, P2 for Pritzy, P3 for Jennifer, P4 Nimblecat, Mad Riot, P5, P6 is Sean, P7 Vicious Vicar, P8 Shining Swarm, P9 is Doug, P10 is Kevin Gamer, Oliver James, P11, P12 OJK Swiss, Honda VTEC P13, a big improvement from what we saw last week, P14 to Poppy, P15 Cinders, TH Academy did not set a lap, Giant Stick, qualifying ban, and Sinful did not leave the pits either.
So there we have it. Just on top of that, we had a few drivers use a lot of tyres. So Pappy used 3 sets of softs and 1 mediums apparently, or that's just how many? Yeah, no, 4 separate tyres.
I think he might be doing a 2-stopper in the race. Use the mediums, go on to use mediums to grip up and get a bit more traction earlier on when you go to your pit stop.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the drivers do in the race as we head on. Let's have a look at the weather. Absolutely, Hasbras. So clear, and clear at the moment. Doesn't look very clear to me. Let's have a look at the weather alert. Yeah, clear in 5 minutes. So at the moment, it doesn't seem to be bringing any sort of rain, but we'll keep an eye on that weather in the top right, and I'll leave it on for the viewers so that they can keep an eye on it as well in case they want to give any advice to a particular drivers.
This is where we get to the start. This is where we do the formation lap, and it just starts absolutely peltering it down. And Nathan goes, "Oh, there was rain. I've just missed it."
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm looking at a couple of telemetries. I don't see anything to do with rain just yet, but who knows? 33%, 23 to 33 degrees on track, and nothing about rain yet. But who knows?
So if anyone missed us for the sprint race, Julius took the top spot. Jennifer took a P2, and Matt Riot, I believe, took P3 for the sprint. As we're now on to the main event for the Mexican Grand Prix in Tier 4.
Oh, it's changed. So it's changed now. It's overcast for the next 15 minutes. It mustn't have been picking it up yet. But
Might be
apparently,
still be running qualified.
yeah, apparently Priz says it's dry or race, but he has forgot to do his fuel load. So that is it. Here we go. All 18 drivers getting ready for the race here in Tier 4. We've had a bit of a mixed grid in the opening 3 rounds. But hopefully we'll get that sorted shortly and the streams will get better. 2026 is going to be a great year. We've got amazing commentators. We've got admins and stewards. We've got fantastic drivers on track. So many great personalities and great people. And Formula 7 will continue to grow on that with Formula 1. So I'm looking forward to how the streams look moving forward, and then obviously dipping our toes into LMU and all that sort of stuff as well. So really positive start to 2026, and looking forward to the remainder of the year.
So I'm currently looking at Kevin Gamer and Oliver James. I reckon at the start here, we're going to see a nice little battle.
Yeah, I reckon you're right. Kevin Gamer qualifying in P10, but here we are. Julius, the Mexican driver, will get us underway. Do you want to get us underway, Jon?
Oh, if you're letting me, babes.
Yeah.
So
Julius to Priz to Jennifer.
As it's time now, as you get ready for the 5 red lights, 3, 2, and 1. It's lights out, and away we go with Tier 4, Round 5, Mexico, as Julius gets an outstanding start against his rival there, Priz. Nimblecat right onto the back of Priz as well. Jennifer making up a nice move on Mad Right, who didn't have a great start. Let's head down as Mad Right comes back at him. Vicious Vicar loses the place to Shining Swan. Pritzy takes the lead of the Grand Prix, side by side, a bit of contact between the Alpine and the Williams there as we head down the grid order now to looking through at Vicious Vicar. There's a massive drop for Shining Swan. He's had a bit of contact and he's spun round there, as I believe someone just picked up a bit of damage as Oliver James and Kevin Gamer up into P7. Kevin Gamer onto the grass, as on the inside is Vicious Vicar. Very close. Kevin giving him a lot of room to work with. OJK Swiss got a 10-second time penalty for a corner cut. There's another yellow flag. That will be, I believe, TH Academy.
Oliver Games has just gone into the back of Kevin Gamer as well, Jon. Spun him round. He was able to recover a little bit. But it's getting a little bit scrappy in the midfield of the pack. A great start for some of these drivers. Nimblecat into the podiums. Mad Right in P4. Jennifer Lee in P5. Then comes Sean. Vicious Vicar managed to escape all the bedlam that was unfolding behind. Oliver James into P8 after knocking a few of his rivals out of the park. And into the stadium section we go.
Wow, an unbelievable start so far, the Grand Prix. As OJK Swiss not happy, I don't think he'll be with that incident. As Pritzy leads with 121.4. As we just go down the grid order again, if you look at Jenith, 7/10 behind, the Giant Stick making a move on Cinders. That is definitely going to be a flame lit for Giant Stick as he absolutely torches his way through the grid later on. As Doug takes the place from Oliver James, as Oliver James is trailing and right behind. A lot of dirty air going to be getting Oliver James. A bit of contact with Oliver James there as he heads into the back of Doug. He loses 6/10 from that. Wow. As Giant Stick and Cinders going back at it again. No DRS for any of the drivers from P11 to P12. I think that was. I didn't see him with DRS open. Did you, Nathan?
No, I didn't. I didn't see any DRS yet, which is interesting. We are on lap 2. I don't think they would have got DRS because the activation zone would have been at the end of the first lap.
Oh, yes, it would have been. Oh.
Yeah, so now we'll see the DRS as we've got Mad Riot, Jennifer Lee and Sean all locked in that DRS train for the podium places. Then behind you've got the same. You've got the 2 Mercedes fighting it out in P14 and 15. Remember, points go down to 15 here in Formula 7 racing. But as we watch the drivers coming out of turn 17, it is Nimble that is in P3 to Mad Riot and Jennifer Lee behind. Then Sean and Vicious Vicar. Doug in the Aston Martin has got a nice bit of clean air to Oliver James behind.
As Kevin Gamer is going to be on the charge for Oliver James, especially after that incident. As Oliver James defends to the right-hand side to maybe try to get the inside line. No, he doesn't. He just lets him pass. He cruises past Oliver James onto the grass.
And there goes Mad Riot as well into the podium, through on Nimble Cat. Nimble now trying to hold on. He's got Jennifer Lee behind him. The Haas driver just having to back out there as Nimble just stays in front.
McLaren of Sean very close to Jennifer as he went into the braking zone. Jennifer a bit cautious there with the dirty air as well. Losing a bit of downforce. So going to be a bit cautious there going onto the braking zone. And then just saw Sean get right behind Jennifer there. As if to say, hello, I am here and I'm going to be fighting you. But at the moment, Sean looks to be struggling a little bit through the S's, the rear end, not gripping up as he would like.
Yeah, he struggled with the rear end as well in the sprint race, and I think it's the same here in the feature. A giant stick up to P12. Remember, he had a qualifying ban for the feature race, so he did start from the back. Honda VTEC picks up a time penalty. Nimble's now down to P4. Through the stadium section we go. We've got Jennifer Lee chasing him down. Sean is still there. Mad Riot is back into P3. It's deja vu from the sprint race where Mad Riot did pinch that podium away from Nimble. They are doing a good job at staying with the front two this time, though, as they did miss out last time. They've got the DRS to try and track them back. Here comes Julius, the Mexican on the German. Here in Mexico for round 3, the Williams driver. The Ferrari goes later on the brakes. Now back comes the Williams driver to try and take that position. Here he will get DRS, the double dose, as we go down towards turn 4. The Ferrari edges ahead. A giant stick into Papi going at it as well.
Contact there. I think they just accidentally wheel locks and just went straight on. Giant stick and have to be always been rear-ended by the Haas as well. He's into the middle of the track. As that is not going to be what the Red Bulls are going to be wanting. As he's keeping on track for the time being, try and get going again. As Julius now 4 tenths behind. Lost a little bit of time there whilst all that was going on. Mad Riot's gained a 10th on Julius as well, so it seems to be Julius has lost out a little bit. I'm going to assume through turn 6 and maybe 7, just maybe had a little bit of dirty air, which made him just maybe lock up a little bit, go a little bit wide. As we head into the stadium section now, again trailing close behind now, 4 tenths right behind is Mad Riot. He's going to be on the gearbox of him, maybe on the straight. As Pritzi might be in a bit of trouble here against Mad Riot. As this at the moment, it's 9 tenths between all of the top 3. So, who's going to pull the trigger later on? Oliver James with a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit violations as Julius goes speeding past there. See you later. That's mine. As down the inside, Pritzi goes back at it again. Both fighting it out with one another. Who's going to come out on top? As Pritzi backs out a little bit and he goes, see you later, you can have that. As Julius has the DRS, but now right behind him is Mad Riot, who's going to be burning everything to maybe try and get past him. But no, he doesn't. He just waits it out. So, is Mad Riot going to be playing the patient game here for the Grand Prix?
Yeah, and then you've got Oliver James as well trying to make a move on Kevin Gamer. The Racing Bull around the outside of the Williams. Williams goes up the inside. They do touch ever so slightly, but it's the Racing Bull squirrely out of there. Now here comes the Alpine of Cinders. He wants a bit of the action. Up the inside of Kevin Gamer, who goes off the track. And now Shining Swarm might see an opportunity arise in front of him. But Oliver James and Cinders going at it now. Cinders goes a little bit deep. Kevin Gamer picks up a time penalty. Oliver James stays in front. There goes Sinful onto Papi, who's around.
Papi's in the wall.
Yes, the Canadian is into the wall.
Lance Stroll on track, guys. Sorry. Sorry, everyone.
Shining Swarm is through on Kevin Gamer. The Mercedes is up to P11 as they went into the stadium section. What about Mad Riot? Down the DRS straight we go. Jennifer Lee is on his tail. He looks like he's got a bit more straight line speed. He's going to try and find a way around the outside of turn 1. Here comes the Haas driver. He has to back out. And Mad Riot goes back into P3. Nimble Cat is in P5 now. He's got Sean on his tail. And they all chase down Priz, who's 2 seconds behind Julius.
Unbelievable fighting so far, and so early on as well.
Yeah, Kevin Gamer into the pit lane. Did he have damage? Yes, I think he did. But interestingly, I think strategy will play a huge part here. Oliver James on Shining Swarm, having a good battle for P10. Still some vital points on the board ready for these drivers. And then Sean in at P6, half a second behind Nimblecat, who's starting to fall off a little bit. What tyre? Nimble's on the medium compound tyre, so he's on a different strategy to some of these. Let's have a look at the tyres. Oh, to the top.
The Papi's ran a bit wide there as well through turn 3, and he got a penalty for that. Wow. As he's just going off track quite a lot. He might have overheated the rears a bit too much. He's struggling with grit. He's sliding a lot as through goes a giant stick through the S's. What a move as Pritzy boxes a bit early.
He
should try and maybe get an undercut.
So Priz is into the pit lane. Sean picks up a 3-second time penalty. Interesting to see Priz in so early. So's Nimble and Vicious Vicar. So they are going for an early stop here. They're going to commit to the two-stopper. So why not get off the mediums and go for the undercut on the hard? It's not a bad strategy.
The irony of me nearly saying they're going on to the wet tyres.
Yeah, still overcast. Ready.
I'm not with it today. Really, I'm not. Sorry, everyone. Oliver James, gonna have a nice little battle here with Shining Swarm 19. He's got some DRS, he's catching rapidly. But right behind is RPM Sinful down the inside. There's a Honda VTEC, got a bit wide, and that's just allowed Sinful to say, see you later, that's mine. There's Oliver James struggling again with the rear tyres quite a bit here. Soon on the gearbox is going to be Pritzy on the hard compound tyre, so he's committed to a two-stop here.
Here goes.
There's Jenneth and Matt Ryder squabbling it out into the stadium.
Yeah, what a fantastic battle that is, Jon. He's just managed to get ahead. What a great overtake that was.
That was unbelievable. He just managed to leave Mad Ryder a bit of room, but he goes into the pits and says, I'm going to go for the undercut strategy. Just like every other driver. So is the undercut going to be really powerful here, or is everyone going to go for the overcut to have a bit better tyres? But it's also a two-stop strategy, as Julius has no ERS left. So he might be a bit worried about Jenneth catching as well.
Yeah, so a lot of these drivers now going in. We want to see where Nimble and Vicious Vic can come out. They went for the undercut. They went one lap earlier than the rest of the pack. They're going to come down the pit straight. Where's he going to come out? Is he going to come out in front of Sean? This is going to be close. He's got the run, and Nimble does come back out in front of Sean, but Vicious Vicar does not. So Sean's on a lap fresher tyres, and he's come out in front of the Sauber. Vicious Vicar needs to dispatch. Oh, and he's gone really slow into the corner, and Vicious Vicar did really well not to collide with the back of the papaya there. What was going on?
I'm sorry. Try not to die. That was impressive to get the manoeuvre to not have any contact there. Caught me off guard. As at the moment, Cinders has gone up 12 places, but he's not boxed. So at the moment, Cinders might, from where it's looking at the moment, everyone, it seems to be maybe coming out. If he boxes out, he might be coming out around P13 here.
And that is Priz through on Honda VTEC. Next up, Mad Riot. He's going to get no DRS to try and help him with the overtake. The problem is that you've got here now, you've got back markers that have not pitted, and you've got front runners who have, and this is going to make it really intense. Through the stadium section we go. Honda VTEC a lot slower than the Sauber driver as they come out of turn 17. Nimblecat picks up a 3-second time penalty. That is the Mercedes very squirrely out of the final chicane, but Mad Riot does get through. He'll get DRS as well. Oliver James went into the pit lane, so he got out of the way. Priz is through. Honda VTEC slows back down. Nimblecat is chasing him. He's a second clear of Vicious Vicar, who's now clear of Sean, who went for the overcut. Sinful still yet to pit, being chased down by the Ferrari-powered Ferrari to the Ferrari-powered Haas.
How many times can we say Ferrari today? No, Oliver James has lost out quite a bit there from doing that.
Yes.
So I dread to think what's going to happen to Cinders here. If he boxes, he's going to maybe come out, maybe P16.
Yeah, looking at Julius as well. His tyres,
17,
fresh mediums, isn't it? Is he?
He's got a 19-second, a 20-second gap actually here. Julius has 2 Cinders. He's got a free pit stop. If I was him, I would take that because he's going to be losing out quite a lot now if he doesn't, because everyone's on the fresher tyres.
And now here comes Priz on Sinful. Nimblecat and Honda VTEC. Nimblecat gets past Honda VTEC quite quickly there. He did really well, the Alpine driver. Here comes Priz on Sinful, on Cinders. The Alpine goes into the pit lane. The Haas does not. Sinful will try and slow these drivers up for his teammate, but Priz will move over to the right-hand side, and the Ferrari driver is through on Sinful. Mad Riot will be next. Nimble 3 seconds behind Mad Riot now. Not a single DNF or safety car. Cinders coming out of the pit lane. The giant stick is through, but it's all happening on lap 10.
No. There's a Honda VTEC that's a 3-second time limit. Another one, track limits, showing how often they can occur here in Tier 4.
I'm surprised Jennifer Lee has stayed out for so long on their mediums when everybody else around him has pitted.
Or is Jennifer trying to copy what Julius does to maybe try and gain? But Jennifer's actually lost a second here. Trying to maybe copy the strategy of Julius. Is Julius just not on the throttle a lot either here? She's going very slow, so his rear's going to be
yellow
stuck in
flag.
his yellow flag.
Oh, that's Tapapi into the wall again.
Wow, not his day today, is it?
It really isn't. And did he pick up damage? It won't tell me.
As Julius has pit, but Jennifer stayed out.
Jennifer
The
stayed out.
19-second gap. Can Julius maybe come out ahead on the fresh and hard tyres of Pritzi? It's going to be a close one, and they're going to be able to do it. Where is Julius? He's just coming out of the pits now. Pritzi goes ahead by just a little bit there. If it was maybe a second earlier on, I reckon Julius would have stayed ahead here. He's now got Mad Riot on the gearbox of him.
Yeah, Mad Riot might even try and get an overtake on Julius. There goes Vicious Vicar on Nimble Cat. Did not expect to see that. And the Sauber driver on the Alpine. The Alpine of Nimble tries to just smooth it up the inside, but doesn't get it done. Now Sean is all over the back of the Alpine as he did not get a good exit. And they nearly touch, and Sean was pretty much pushing him out of turn 3.
I think Sean did hit the rear of the Alpine, actually.
He did, and now he is through, and Nimble will have to try to switch back on the Papaya, and he's not able to get that move done. Remember, Sean has a time penalty, so does Nimble. The giant stick behind does not, so they don't want him to catch up to these two. They've got to be a bit clever about this. Tapapi is into the pit lane. He's spun it a few times, but he's still in this race, and that's the main thing. Mad Riot in P4 is still on the back of Julius, who's 2 seconds behind Priz. Jennifer Lee finally comes into the pit lane.
The 15-second gap. I reckon that they might not make the right call here, because they might be behind Julius. As they are, yes, they're going to be behind Julius. Jennifer will be behind Julius. Jennifer is going to be at the back of that pack, I think, yeah. Nathan.
I think you're right. Here comes Vicious Vicar and Nimble. And yeah, Jennifer Lee's going to come out behind Nimble. So this is not a good start. He's got a lot to do. And there goes Mad Riot on Julius. We did not expect to see that today. And Mad Riot is through on the Mexican here in round 3 and up to P2.
Absolutely unbelievable stuff there, especially from Mad Riot. We don't see them type of moves from Mad Riot often.
No, and Sean, Nimblecat did get back through on Sean. We missed that, but the McLaren driver trying to stay with him. Doug is through on Honda VTEC after he did hit. And Nimblecat just losing a little bit of time to Vicious Vicar. I'm just going to have a look at the tyres actually of Nimble. Yeah, they're all right at the moment, them hard compounds. And remember, he is going for another pit stop, so he won't have to worry. Just touches the grass there a little bit. And OJK Swiss is up to P16. Remember, points down to P15. And if you are... Oh, there goes Vicious Vicar on Sinful. Sinful still yet to pit, which is quite unbelievable. He's on them hard compounds, but the tyre wear doesn't look like anything on Sinful. Or did he pit early? Because there's no way.
I don't think he's pit.
There's no way his tyres are on that after 13 laps. No way.
They're 11 laps old, so he pit. He has pit.
His rears are on 30%.
No, he hasn't. Wait. He's on 11 lap old hards. It's lap 13.
Yeah, and his tyres are only on 30%. Here comes Jennifer Lee like a rocket ship. Through on Sean, through on Nimble. The double overtake is done for Jennifer. The Haas driver did not get held
out of the way.
Yeah, now what happens with Sinful in front? But he is not messing around here, Jennifer. There's a shining swarm on Kevin Gamer down the pitch straight.
He does.
Jennifer Lee, he does move out the way. You're right. Sinful lets his teammate go, and the chase is on to the other Sauber driver.
Oh, very close down the inside there. Nimble and Sinful. Oh, that is a rhyme and a half.
Oh, Sean and Sinful now. And
Sinful's got a bit wide. He's going to close the door, but he realises he's there. Sean moves his car into the position where Sinful can't shut that door. Side by side again, and he just leaves him in a frame and says, "No, this is my place. You have to battle me for it."
Yeah, good battle in between the Haas and the McLaren, and the Haas doing his teammate is solid there. And he cut a huge chunk of that apex, does Sean. Is he going to go for that late lunge up the inside? He's not. He's going to wait for that DRS, but this is losing him time to Nimble. Oh, and Sinful there, a little bit sluggish out of turn 12. Down through the stadium section.
There's yellow flag. That's to Pappy.
It is to
No, it's
Pappy.
not.
No, it's Oliver James this time. Oliver James this time, but the McLaren, that is Julius that goes up to P2, but Sean is going to make the move on Sinful, who stays out for another lap. There goes Jennifer Lee as well on Vicious Vicar, and Jennifer Lee's up to P4. Sean is through on Sinful, the McLaren driver on the Haas is now up to P7, and Julius, the charge is on for Pritzi in front.
Wow, Oliver James, I think he just had a bit of oversteer. He's gone into the wall, into the pits. He's hit the wall. As I think that's his race coming to a close here.
Yeah, I can't see his car information anyway because of his telemetry, so I don't know what damage he's got.
It seems to be he's got no end plates at all. I think he's got a missing bit, left hand of the bottom bit of his front wing as well. As I just look him into getting his pit stop, as he's onto the hards now with a new front wing.
Julius is looking very quick. He's already within DRS of Priz in front. Mad Riot still comfortably in a podium, but he's got a 5-second gap to Jennifer Lee, but Jennifer's going to be a lot quicker on them fresher tyres. But the problem you've got is Jennifer Lee will probably still have to go for a two-stopper, potentially. So at this point, he's probably not in prime position anyway. Because if Mad Riot and the rest of the guys like Vicious Vicar and Nibble...
Jennifer's on the mediums.
You are right, Jennifer Lee is on the medium, so he will definitely have to pit again. I'm not sure that was the right call, but he started on the hard, so he had to go mediums, and then he will go for another stopper onto the hard. So I don't think Mad Riot, Vicious Vic and Nimble and Sean have much to worry about with Jennifer here. Although he's very, very quick, that is the only worry. But in terms of strategy, I would say that the two Saubers and the Alpine are in a better strategic position than the Haas.
I mean, I don't know whether I can reference this. Obviously, Hungary, massive tyre wear at that track. I did a league race there the other day, and we did a two-stopper actually. And when I went on to the last stop, I was going through the field massively because of the amount of the tyre advantage I had with the fresh rubber, regardless. I reckon Jennifer's strategy here might go into play if they absolutely send it through the mediums, through the second stint, and then go onto the hards, which will give them probably the better tyres. I believe everyone else ahead of them is onto the hards, so the grip levels and the traction difference might prove dividends here for Jennifer when they go onto the hard tyres.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're probably right. Jennifer's already caught up by 2 seconds. Here comes Julius on Pris, and the Mexican driver once again in the Williams.
Around the outside.
Around the outside goes the Ferrari. He does, and Pris is not giving him an easy
Okay,
through.
Julius is going around. What a move! Unbelievable stuff there.
Julius back into the lead, but Pris will have to settle back in for P2, and the Mexican comes back out on top here in Mexico.
As Cinders Kevin having a nice little battle as Cinders, I think, just come out of the pits there. Or am I imagining things? Oh. No, they did not. They went into the pits. Sorry, into the pit white line. That's yellow flag.
Yeah, to pop it through the stadium section, nearly lost the rears as he was going for an overtake on K-Swiss. Mad Riot now all over the back of that Ferrari. Still locked in that DRS train. Jennifer Lee is only 2 seconds behind these. He is catching up rapidly with 20 laps to go.
Obviously, Mad Riot can't do much either because he's stuck behind the two battling. So it's going to allow Jennifer as well just to catch up so much, especially on the fresh mediums there.
Yeah, Julius is so far clear, isn't he?
Jennifer might be a contender to win this, as Oliver James has a 3-second time on a track limit violation.
And Mad Riot did get DRS on Priz, but so did the Ferrari, and he wasn't able to catch up any further. They have pulled, every time they go down that straight, they pull away from Jennifer, but then Jennifer is so much quicker through the corners on them fresh tyres. Here comes Mad Riot.
Yeah, that's a 10th and a half already through turn 1 to 3. Jennifer's still gaining actually on the straight here, on the turn 3 straight into turn 4. That was 3/10 they've gained.
Kevin Gamer and Doug are back into the pit lane with 19 laps to go.
The Giant Stick has not pitted yet. Yes, he has. He's just went on to the mediums.
And Sinful is still not pitted yet. He's going for the one stopper here.
Is that gonna? Is that? I don't think that's gonna work out for him. He'd be so far behind when he does eventually box.
Well, his tyres are only on 42%. He's done 15 laps.
That is a bit weird.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was
Check his
saying.
hard drive.
Like, I'm looking at stops. No, he's not pitted. He's done 17 laps.
Wow, it
Well,
reminds me
16.
a lot like last season with was it Vegas last season where a lot of drivers just waited out so much near the end of the race and started on the hards and waited a long time to then go onto a new compound.
Yeah, he's in a
Well,
strong position here, Sinful. He's not using any battery. He is now, but he's saving his battery. He's saving his tyres. He's going for the one stopper. He's 7.5 seconds clear of Shining Swarm, and everybody else has still got a pit anyway. So I think Sinful is going to try and go to like lap 25 maybe, and then go on to the mediums.
I think Simple might. If he keeps the tyres the way they are and averaging a 10th loss per lap, I reckon he'll be in play when he boxes.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting stuff going on here. As you can have a look at the lap times, you can see Jennifer Lee was quicker than Mad Riot by 2 tenths on lap 15, 2 tenths on lap 16, and 7 tenths on lap
As at the moment,
17.
it's a battle between K-Swiss and Oliver James here. Oliver James round the outside, and he gets the job done just before the DRS detection point. DRS wide open. OGK Swiss is not going to be battling it. It's going to let Oliver James go.
So with Mad Riot as well, he's half a second behind Priz. Here comes Jennifer Lee, looking very quick now. And the Hong Kong driver, look at the speed of him on the straight. And he's going to make light work of that Sauber as he goes down the inside. And the Ferrari is next on the Haas's hit list as we go through in towards turn 2. The clouds are above them, but sunshine for Jennifer. He sees ahead. Sean is through on Nimble Cat. The McLaren goes up the inside of the Alpine. Nimble holds on up the inside of turn 2, and he stays in front, does Nimble. Sean can do nothing about it. And you can see Shining Swan is catching up to Simple quite a lot. He's caught up to him by a second already. But on board with this battle, Nimble Cat did get the DRS because he was the car behind into turn 1. So he's able to give himself...
No, Nimble didn't have DRS, Nathan, sorry.
Oh, he didn't
no,
have
Nimble
DRS.
didn't.
Oh,
No.
so he was able to stay ahead even without DRS.
So that shows difference of the setup and the front wings and the rear wings as well. It just shows how important setups are.
Kevin Gamer on Honda VTEC. The Williams up the inside of the Mercedes, and he's into P12. He could get a double points finish today here, Kevin Gamer.
He could, and that would be great for him as well to go into the next race. But at the moment, he's got a 9-second time penalty, but the Honda VTEC with 12.
Sorry, Priz is getting a DRS from his backmarker teammate. He's just got DRS from the backmarker. His teammate, who's being lapped, has just give Priz DRS to stay in front of Jennifer Lee.
But the TH Academy isn't AI, so they're not actually racing. But the issue is with ghosted cars, and this is what I found out the other week. Ghosted cars still give dirty air. They still give the effect, which is it's insane to think that they actually do that. But it's a shame that ghosted cars can still give us dirty air. It's not strong, but it's still there. As Oliver James gets a 3-second time penalty for track limits again.
He does, and Sean is still trying to catch up to Nimble. Late on the brakes, smashes into the back of the Alpine. A little tap. And not able to get past at the moment. Nimble doing well just to hold on to P6. The grid is really spread out here. Jennifer Lee, Mad Riot. Still in that
right now,
race.
I would say it's a pinnacle moment for Jen Lee to box. Their mediums have dropped off a little bit now. As you can sort of see, the sliding into the braking zones.
Yeah, 44% on their mediums already.
The best choice right now would be box. Go to the pits, go to the hards, and they are. They're going into the pits. Jennifer Lee has box to go to the hard compound tyre.
So he's basically gone for the overcut to the mediums and then gone for the undercut to the hards. That is unbelievable, actually. Wow. Yes. So.
The medium hard it's a great strategy there. It showed that for Jennifer Lee.
I'm just surprised if... Oh, here comes Sean on Nimble Cat. around the outside. He's moving in a bit too early though, and they nearly touch. Nimblecat backs out. Sinful is now back in front of his Haas teammate. But yeah, I'm surprised Jennifer stayed out for so long on the first stint if he was going to go for an undercut on the second stint.
Or was it to try and stay with and get ahead of the field and just make a nice little gap to where they can get into this position? That is Sinful, who's gone round.
Sinful with a handful. And Shining Swarm is through, and Sinful is down to P9. Sinful's in a great position as well. He's just pitted. He's come out in P9 on fresh tyres on his last stint. This is from the back of the grid as well. Sinful did not look like he was going to get anything out of this race. It is a great drive and a great strategy here for Sinful. Oh no, sorry, he's not pitted yet, has he? I thought he'd pitted. Oh, his tyres are on left wear.
He's catching Shining through the S's as well.
He's 52% after 22 laps.
Shining gets a 15-second time.
Prism Mad Riot into the pits as well, yo. And Vicious Vicar. Oh, the Saubers are double stacking. Are they going to get this right? Are they going to time it? This is going to be really close. Mad Riot's only just going in. This might delay him on his way out, and he's
got the tyres out already. That is a perfect stop.
Beautiful double stack. Incredible stuff from the Saubers there, Jon.
Unbelievable. Vicious Vicar I don't think he got onto the clutch and got into gear properly. It looked like he stayed an extra 5 tenths there before he got going. But either way, that was an outstanding stop. And look, Jennifer is into P3. So if Julius boxes now, he should come out ahead, because that is 26 seconds ahead of Jennifer Lee. Sorry.
Yeah.
So it would be great. It would be great for the Mexican driver to get ahead of everyone else, and then not get any dirt. Yeah, we'll ruin the tyres.
This is a really interesting Grand Prix. Now, does Cinders try and hold up Vicious Vicar at all for his teammate? Because Nimble's into P2. Oh, Cinders nearly lost it.
Pritzy's on hards again, by the way.
What's that, sorry?
Oh, no, sorry, I was thinking Pritzy on hards from the sprint. No.
Sorry. Hards in at P4. Nimble is on the hards. His tyre's on 58%, so he is going to have to pit again. Is he going to go on to the mediums, though, to the end of the race?
I reckon I'd say lap 24 would be the point. Oh, he's boxing now.
Yeah, so he must be going hards again.
He's gone very slow into the pit. He's got a 10-second time.
He went slow and then sped up. Oh, he's in such a good position as well. He went slow and then sped up. Oh.
The amount of times we've seen drivers do that is...
Yeah,
wow.
That is really unfortunate. Here comes Priz on Jennifer Lee. Right down the inside goes the Ferrari driver. He's on 1 lap fresher tyres as well. Jennifer Lee lunges back up the inside. Cross him right off. Wow.
Well, Mad Riot is got slowed down by that as well, so he's not going to be happy.
Yeah,
Mad Riot's not battling that, as Pritzy didn't open his DRS.
Wow, this is a really interesting battle.
Right now, it'll be a great point for Julius to box, go into some fresh mediums right now, as Jennifer Lee and Pritzy going to be battling it out through the rest of the track.
Well, Julius is a pit stop ahead of everybody now. That is Doug that goes through on Honda VTEC, and Honda VTEC tries the old switch back.
Julius pits.
Julius does pit, and he is a pit stop ahead of everybody. So from P1, he goes into the pit lane and box from the Williams garage for the Mexican, who's looking at potentially winning his home Grand Prix as he did in the sprint race. Yeah, he's so far clear of everybody here, Julius. So far clear.
Outstanding.
And he does come out way in front. 3.5. Oh, here comes Briz on Jennifer again. So, deja vu from lap 23. The Ferrari goes through, but this time Jennifer cannot respond. And he's down to P3. Mad Riot now starting to struggle to stay with them. Nimble goes through on his teammate who's into the pit lane, but he's 4 seconds behind Sean. But the chase is now on. Remember, Sean pitted a lot earlier than Nimble, so Nimble's going to be a lot quicker come the end of this race. 12 laps remaining on what's been a very thrilling encounter here in Mexico.
Sinful's also boxed as well, just to mention. He's onto the medium tyres, and he's gaining quite a bit with all the cars ahead, not having a nice little battle, which is just allowing him to be pulled closer.
Yeah, a really great race from Sinful.
There's 6 tenths now, 5 tenths between Jeneth and Pritzy, back up nearly to 6, but no, he gained 2. Janet gained 2 tenths. Looks for the move, trying to have a little peek, saying, no, I'll wait out this time. I'll get DRS and then I'll make my move. But look, the ghosted car off to Poppy ahead, it might be giving him DRS for the Ferrari. And I think that if he does get DRS, I don't think Jenet's going to be happy with that if he does get DRS. As Britzy does not have DRS, giving it all to stay ahead, whilst loads of cars coming out currently.
Wow, and there goes Sean on a giant stick. The McLaren giant stick goes into the pit lane. There goes Nimble as well. He's now up to P7. It's really... there's just battles all over the place. You don't know really what's going on at the moment. Mad Riot, Jennifer is chasing down Priz, who got DRS from another back marker. That's twice now that Priz has been able to stay ahead with that. Julius is 3 seconds clear, and he's gone for the overcut. He's way ahead of everybody. Here comes Sinful on Kevin Gamer. The Haas down the straight. It's a drag race towards turn 1. Sinful goes in front. Kevin Gamer, is he going to go for that lunge up the inside? He doesn't. He thinks better of it. And Sinful is up to P9. There goes Doug on MSCF1 Cinders. The Alpine goes later on the brakes. They nearly touch. The Aston Martin has to back out, and he goes deep into the chicane. Does the Alpine driver? The Aston Martin gets the better exit. A little bit of tyre degradation on the front left, and Cinders with the straight line speed and the DRS is able to fend him off for now.
As Sinful made his move through on Kevin as well.
He did. Julius with the fastest lap. He is flying now, but we've got an interesting battle between Cinders and Doug here. Remember, Cinders, his teammate, is in P7, so they could be on for a double points finish for the Alpine drivers. The
Alpine not had the best season so far, have they?
No, I was expecting better things. Obviously, Nimble had to miss last week, but Cinders looked really strong in the back end of last season, and so did Nimble. And Nimble looked really strong in round 1, so I was expecting to see Alpine maybe up there fighting. Obviously, I think there's 1, potentially 2 drivers that are too quick for Tier 4, so that would mix it up a little bit.
True, and it would obviously be, I'd say maybe 3, because at the moment it looks like the person is able to stay with them for a little bit, but not enough, but able to stay ahead of the other drivers.
The problem is with Tier 4 is it's really hard to find drivers to fit into it. Oh, that's the Mercedes that's round, Shining Swarm. Yellow flag.
Locked up the race. Kevin's got a bit wide there as well. Oliver James with another 3-second time penalty for Oliver James. But I think he locked the rear left there. It just went on him. And that was it for him. He just dropped the car.
He did indeed. And now you can see how shaky he is. Kevin Gamer picking up a time penalty. Right back on board with the leaders. Jennifer Lee chasing down Priz.
As Sinful and the Giant Stick go at it. There's a Giant Stick gets DRS from Sinful here onto the main straight. Now, Sinful is going to have to be burning away. But look, Giant Stick's got DRS. He lights it up. Then he goes. Gets a bit of slipstream. Sinful not defending this one. He can't do much about it. Goes back into none to recharge the battery as the Giant Stick makes his way into turn 1.
Yeah, good overtake there from the Red Bull driver on
That's Doug and Cinders going at it. That's side by side. No, Doug had a look at the move there. Sorry, Nathan. He had a look at the move and he didn't make it.
So Doug
will try again. Doug might have another look.
Yeah, he's got the DRS, but I think he's just a little bit too far back to get a move done at this point as he goes in towards turn 4. Unfortunately, not on this occasion with 8 laps to go. Oliver James with 24 track limit warnings now. So
24?
Yes.
Safety goals, you know. Anyway.
Oh no, 24 seconds. So I don't know how many warnings that is.
That's 3 times penalty, I think.
It's like 69, 71.
Wow. I'm going to have a quick look at Race Director. I'll have a quick look.
Oh, that's the Alpine of Cinders, who's going to get DRS from a back marker, and that is going to save him from the grasps of Doug in the Aston Martin behind. There goes Shining Swarm on Sinful, and the Haas driver has to pull out from the inside. And Shining Swarm is through and up to P9. You've still got Mad Right and Jennifer chasing down Priz. Having a look at the tyres, Mad Right does have a lap fresher than Jennifer, and so does Priz. That could be really important come the end of this race. So let's have a look. So what about Nimble Cat 6-7 in P7? 3.5 seconds behind Sean. Oh, Nimble with his 6th track limit. That is 6 seconds, but he's got a 14-second gap to try and stick behind, so he's in a decent position here, Nimble Cat. And he's still chasing down Sean, who has got, I think, the same. Oh, he's got 16, hasn't he?
So
at the moment, he would still stay P7 though. Sorry. Go.
So 3 and 3. Obviously, three warnings is 3 seconds, so we got 71 for absolutely no one. He has 25 warnings, Oliver James does, so he's getting close to disqualification.
Yeah, he needs to be careful. 7 laps to go.
And then next lap, it'll be 6. Anyway.
Yeah. So, Jennifer Lee still chasing down Priz. Julius just so far clear. I actually think he's potentially just taking it easy now, Julius. There goes Cinders on Kevin Gamer. The Alpine is now up to P11, through on the Williams. Doug needs to do the same thing, but yeah, I think Julius is starting to slow down.
I think it's he's not boxed yet, has he?
Julius, yeah, he has, yeah.
No, he's still on the hards from his first pit stop, isn't he? No, he isn't. He's boxed.
Yeah, he pitted a couple of laps ago. He was 25 seconds clear when he pitted.
Yeah, I even said he went into the pit. Oh, yeah. Lord.
But Julius, I think Julius is just slowing down now. I think he's not going to risk getting any penalties. He's on fresher tyres. He's quicker driver. And he's just sort of relaxing. Here comes Jennifer Lee on Priz. Down in towards turn 1. The Haas driver on the Ferrari. He does go onto the grass slightly. Into turn 1 around the outside. Now he'll have the inside line into turn 2. The Scuderia defends. He defends for him life. They touch and the Ferrari nearly goes off. Now here comes Mad Riot in the Sauber. Who's only 2 tenths behind the pair of them. Jennifer Lee with the DRS again. Is he going to go for that lunge at the inside? Priz is defending for his life in this P2.
He's Mad Right. He's just playing it nice. He's playing it very smart. He's just waiting it all out. You can see how close Mad Right got in the braking zone as well to Jennifer. As into the SSC Pro. As that's actually lost them a second now, that battling. Lost them a second for Julius. Kevin Gamer and Doug swap places on the main straight with DRS.
They do indeed. Doug is up to P12 now, some extra points. But really fascinating to see Mad Riot, Jennifer and Priz. But having a look at Julius, we can have a look at the last laps, to be honest. So you can see Julius, he was slower on that last lap than Priz was, even though he's on a lot fresher tyres. He was 8 tenths slower than the Ferrari behind on that last lap. So it does look like he is starting to, because you look at the tyres, his tyres are 2 laps fresher than Priz, but he was nearly a second slower than the Ferrari on that last lap. And that Ferrari was battling as well. So, yeah.
I'm starting to think maybe Julius might have made a bit of a mistake, potentially.
No,
going into turn 4.
I just think he's not taking any. I just don't think he's taking any risks. He's not looking at getting a penalty. He just wants to get to the end of the race and win his home Grand Prix. And I think he's just taking it a little bit easier now, which is what I would do in this position.
You said Mad Right. He's also playing it quite smartly as well. I do just want to constantly pick up on Mad Right. He's playing it smart. He's just waiting out his time for the others to maybe make a mistake and maybe capitalise off that.
Yeah. Yeah, really interesting. So, on board with Jennifer once again. He's got the DRS. He's closer than he's been for a while. Oh, and he does. He went for a look and then he's got it all wrong and he's gone wide and off the track. And Mad Right is now back within DRS range. They nearly shook off the Sauber behind. But
Jennifer's not got DRS.
He's not. Jennifer's lost DRS from that optimistic move up the inside. And on lap 32, he's lost the DRS. And that means Mad Riot could potentially get back into the podiums on the Hong Kong driver. Here comes the Sauber of Mad Riot, his teammate behind him in P5, 10 seconds away. Mad Riot has got to battle him all on his own here, down in towards...
It's down the inside, goes Mad Riot. What a lunge! But he had gone on the curb and a bit of contact between Jennifer and Mad Riot, which has allowed Jennifer to say, see you later, I'm keeping this. But he's going to come back at Jennifer again with DRS. He's going to burn the battery. He's going to play it patient again. As Jennifer's now able to recharge the battery and just cool down them tyres to maybe try and make a bit of a charge within the last 4 or 5 laps.
Absolutely, that was really close. And he just maybe was a little bit too optimistic with that. But they are now outside of DRS of Priz, and Jennifer needs to get a move on. Remember, he's on older tyres than Mad Riot and the Ferrari. Oliver James now 27 seconds of time penalties, which is 81, I think.
I think it's 27 warnings, I reckon. And, yeah, it is. It's 3 warnings per 3 seconds, so it's just the same maths. So 1 penalty is 3 warnings. So he's on 27.
27. So 30 would be
30
90,
seconds.
Yeah, 90 track limits.
No, it'd be 30 warnings. 30 warnings.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm maths are not on point today.
No, I thought 3 track limits equals 1 3-second penalty. And so if he's got 27 seconds worth of penalties, three warnings per every 3 seconds.
Which
is
one.
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So, sorry, Jennifer's going to go down the inside, looking at a move, and not close enough to the Scuderia Ferrari there. Is Prizzi's losing time to Julius here. The Mexican driver absolutely having a blast of a time right now in P1. The gap of 6.6. Might go up to 6.7 soon, but you never know.
So here we go. Can Jennifer Lee hold on? Julius, let's have a look at the last laps. Is he starting to... No, Julius was... He's been slower than the Ferrari. Oh no, with the Ferrari, sorry, he's been slower than Julius every lap now. Yeah, it's a second. Julius is like a second quicker every lap now. He is starting to move away. There goes Sinful on Shining Swan, the Haas driver up the inside of the Mercedes. Can the Mercedes switch it back out of turn 5? No, he hits the back of him. Then you've got Doug and Cinders behind. They're still going at it. They've been going at it for quite a few laps. Sinful holding off that Mercedes of Shining Swarm. Sababi picking up a track limit. That is a yellow flag. I hope we don't get any DNFs yet. Oh, that is Sababi. He might get a DSQ. Don't get a DSQ. Get it back on track. Oh, he has got a DSQ. Oh, no, he's reset it. Yeah, that's fine. Because we might get every driver finish the race. Jennifer Lee on Priz now, Jon.
Sababi just drops it again. Jennifer, Prizzi's got a bit wide. I think trying to give him a bit of room. There's a retirement on track. That's why we can't get a safety car now.
As we got to the end of the race without any DNFs.
But we might have that car might get hit or might cause a bit of a disturbance there at the main straight. It's driving them to bob and weave through, I reckon. As again, Jennifer just chasing him down with the older hard tyres, just sliding around quite a lot now, pushing these tyres to the max as we head now on to lap 35, I think.
Yeah. Lap
34 still. Yeah, head on to lap 35.
So Julius went on to lap 35, as Jon said. So it's the penultimate lap. Can Priz hold on, Jon?
I reckon Priz might be able to. If Mad Riot wants to stick his nose in there, the front wing, I reckon it might throw up Jennifer a bit. But I think Jennifer's got to be a bit more more attacking than I would say defending.
And now the Ferrari up the inside.
Prizzi's just go. Oh, very close. No contact though. There's a bit of contact there. There's a argy-bargy now. There's he's been forced off track, Jennifer there. And I think Prizzi might give back the place. As he does. Yes, he does. To keep it nice and fair racing, that is beautiful stuff there. To abide by the rules. If you go off track, to give the place back. So you don't gain an unfair advantage on one another. But that lost them a second, I think.
Jennifer's got older tyres as well, you know. Jennifer's got a lap older tyres than the drivers around him. If we look at his tyres, his rears are on 39 and 34, whereas in Priz is on, Mad G's is on 38, 35, so they're actually pretty similar. That is Cinders on Sinful, the Alpine on the Haas, and Doug is going to go for a move as well. Up the inside goes Doug, late on the brakes. Oh, and he pushes his way through, but he gets it done and up to P11.
As now onto the final lap of the Grand Prix, leading is Julius. Jenniff in P2. Pritzy P3, Mad Riot on the charge, chasing down Pritzy as he's burning the battery. He charged that battery up, cooled down them tyres, and now he's going to be on the charge to try and maybe take a podium placement here in the Mexican Grand Prix.
Sorry, I was just checking something there.
As Pritzy gets past Jenniff just before turn 1 into the braking zone, but right behind Jenniff is Mad Riot, who's going to have a bit of battery to spare. What's Jenniff here? 22%. Mad Riot is on 60%. DRS wide open now, burning the battery straight to the ground. Straight line speed he's going to get from some of the slipstream. Is he going to make a late lunge? No, he's not. He's going to wait for the next DRS straight, I reckon, here, Nathan.
Yeah, this is incredible. So Priz got passed by Jenniff. He went back past Jenniff with the DRS. There's only one more DRS left. Julius is going through the S's with a back marker, but it's Priz to Jenniff to Mad Riot. Any of them can still finish on the podium. The Ferrari driver is in front of the Haas to the Sauber. Through the S's we go. This is where you could make a mistake, and that's exactly what Jenniff did. He went a little bit too deep at the start of the S's. That's Cinders through on Shining Swarm, and that is Julius that is going to come through the stadium section. It erupts with the Mexican fans. Mad Riot, Jenniff and Priz. That is Cinders that's round, but Julius wins here in Mexico, his home Grand Prix. Priz is going to hold on, he's gone a little bit wide. Jenniff is now a second behind, but it's Priz that takes P2. Jenniff takes a podium. Mad Riot takes P4. His teammate is going to finish in P5, but Cinders has slipped down all the way to P12. Doug is now in the top 10. He's fighting Shining Swarm for P9. Nimble is going to finish in P7 and potentially stay in P7 even with a 16-second time penalty. Here comes Doug on Shining Swarm. Nimble to the line. He's going to stay in front of a giant stick. Doug has dropped down a little bit and the Mercedes driver is able to fend him off. Through the stadium section we go, where all these Mexican fans are cheering for their one of their own who wins here in round 3. Nimble does stay in P7. Doug is going to get P9 anyway because of the time penalty. Oh, he slips it. He wants it on track, Yawn. He's not going to get it, but he does get it.
Unbelievable stuff there from both. As Sinful goes to P10. P11. And Cinders goes to P10, sorry.
Wow. Well, that was eventful.
Unbelievable racing here. Absolutely unbelievable. As Kevin Gamer, the last man on track, is going to come round, take P13 as his own. That is a double points finish for Kevin.
You are absolutely right, Yawn. Points finish in the sprint, points finish in the race. Well done to Kevin Gamer. So through the final standings, there you have it. On the top step is Julius in his home Grand Prix. And then the German of Priz in the Ferrari in P2. And the Hong Kong driver of Jenniff Lee on the podium in P3. Oh, Kevin got a puncher at the finish line. Yeah, it's really easy to do around here. So let's have a look through the final standings. There you have it for the results this race weekend. In the race, you've got Julius that wins his home Grand Prix. He's dominant all race. I think he might have actually... No, I think he got overtaken at the start, but it would have been a Grand Slam. So it is Julius that takes the race victory. To Priz, to Jenniff, to Mad Riot, and then Vicious Vicar, the two Saubers who lead the constructors, I think, will still be leading it. Then comes Sean and Nimblecat. Then comes a giant stick, Josh, Cinders, Sinful, Shining Swan, Kevin Gamer, Honda VTEC, K Swiss, Oliver James, TH Academy, and Tupapi. Yawn, driver of the day?
It's going to have to go to Jenniff. The strategy they pulled was unbelievable. It was great that they were able to stay back and catch back up to everyone.
Who, Jenniff, did you say?
Yes, 100%.
No problem. So there you have it. Jenniff with your driver of the day. That is it. What a good race. This is the only break that we get now until Tier 1. We will be back in 2 hours' time for Tier 1. It was really nice, that, Yawn. It was a good race to commentate on. All the drivers ended up finishing, so it was an enjoyable one.
100%. Shame to Pappy though. I think he got stuck and he had to reset the track. But he had a good race. He had a few incidents, and I reckon he might be one to grow on us later on in the season to improve quite a lot.
Absolutely. Right. Well, we've got a lot to update. I do need to start doing interviews in tier 4, to be honest, but it's just dead hard because I've got to update. I've got to get all the files from Don Dedge for tier 2, update all of tier 2, update the app, update the mobile app, and get everything ready for tier 1. So I will start doing them, but I'll try and figure out a better way to do them. But yes, thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll be back at 7 o'clock for tier 1. Thank you to Jorn for having me on comms. And we'll be back in a couple of hours. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Oh, wonderful race.
1 second. Oh, as we always do, we'll end it with a raid. Take care, everybody. Have a good evening. Enjoy your tea, and I'll see you back here at 7 o'clock.